Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, and more specifically, we're going to be talking about some very short-term technical analysis, because if we come in here to the last minute, as you can see, Bitcoin has pumped $150, make that about $160 in the last 10 minutes or so before I started recording this video. I was about to sit down, ponder what the video should be on, and then Bitcoin decided to develop and give me a very interesting little piece of information to talk about. We're going to be talking about in today's video whether or not Bitcoin is going to be able to hold above the level of support, which was formerly resistance of $4,000, or if Bitcoin is going to fall back over and come back below here in the next couple of hours, perhaps even before this video goes live. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, first of all, let's do a little bit of short-term TA to get to the bottom of what's going on here. As we can see, over the last couple of days, Bitcoin fell initially below $4,000, coming down and garnering support around $3,600. It then got a bounce coming up to $4,000 and pulled back down to $3,600, once again setting that as a double bottom, which is a very good sign if we want to see Bitcoin start moving up, and move up is exactly what Bitcoin did. We tried to get above $4,000, a little bit of resistance right here, but recently we have broken through it, and now we're moving north. In the last couple of minutes, in the last 15 minutes or so, Bitcoin has started moving up all the way up to around $4,150 and is currently pulling back a little bit at time of recording this video. Now, this video is going to be a little bit shorter, so I can get it out a little bit faster, so this information will be a little bit more accurate. But since we are looking at the minute chart, go ahead and check your own chart for the minute chart and see what's going on since then. At the time being, I'm not going to call whether or not this is going to continue going or whether this is going to continue falling. I mainly want to talk about whether or not on the longer term time frames, if Bitcoin is going to stay above $4,000, because that seems to be what's actually important here, rather than the move that we've seen in the last hour or so. So we're going to get back to the TA, but let's go ahead and do the crypto market recap. If we come over here and we see and we look at CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin is currently trading across all exchanges just over $4,100, $4,106.41 on average to be precise, with the daily volume hovering at a pretty healthy range of around $6.5 billion. That's a good amount of volume for how lowly priced Bitcoin is right now, because we've seen this kind of volume when Bitcoin was worth twice as much as this, even close to 3 times as much as this. We've sometimes seen volume still be this high. Bitcoin is up 10% on the day, which isn't hard to do when we've crashed so much in the last couple of days and we need to reset our RSI, but we'll take what we can get. It's very nice to see that Bitcoin is up 10%. And the altcoin markets are looking rather healthy as well. Bitcoin private is up 40%. That's private, why it's up 40%, but you know, it's just that's a reference that if you got that reference, tell me in the comment section down below. I will pin your comment, actually, because I bet only one of you actually got that reference. Anyway, Verge is up 30%, Redcoin is up 23%, Polymath up 20%, etc., etc., etc. Basic Attention Token is not taking all the attention because it is only the 6th largest gainer, up 17.5% here in the last 24 hours. But if we sort by the other direction, we're going to see that there's only about 7 cryptocurrencies in the red, and 3 of them are stable coins, which is actually a good sign, because typically when the cryptocurrency markets are doing very well, the stable coins are not doing so well. They're losing a bit of valuation because people are trading their altcoins, which are mooning over these stable coins, which is why, in my opinion, many of them are red when the rest of the market is green, which is sometimes why it's hard to get a market which has literally all of the top 100 cryptocurrencies green, because some of those are stable coins, and typically stable coins are, they hedge a little bit against the rest of the markets. But if we look back here at the sorting by market capitalization, we'll see that XRP is down here around 38 cents right now. Very low volume. XRP hasn't been able to really match Ethereum and Bitcoin in daily trading volume for a very long time, and it isn't any different today. It is up 9.11% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum trading at $115, guys. If you're looking to get in on some long-term altcoin positions, Ethereum's looking pretty sexy right about now, guys. That's a real bargain. That's like 92% down from all-time high. We'll go ahead and measure that real quick. Let's see how far down from all-time high we are. Oh, good guess. We're down by about 92.5% from all-time high. All-time high is up around $1,400. Ethereum is sitting very, very low down here, bottomed out just over $100 for Ethereum. That wouldn't have been a crazy thing to see just a year and a half ago, but right now, that's a really low price for Ethereum. If you're looking into if you're looking to get into any altcoins, I can speak today, Jeb, I'm sorry, had too much coffee, as some people will tell me, then you might want to look at Ethereum, because I'm personally a very big fan of Ethereum, and right now it is on a huge discount. Many of these altcoins are, as you know. Anyway, that's basically all we wanted to cover here on CoinMarketCap. Like I said, this video is going to be a little bit shorter. We're covering some shorter-term technical analysis, and I'm trying to get to the point, so this video will get out quicker since this is very topical information. But like I said, Bitcoin fell down to around $3,600, set a double bottom down there, and right now we're trying to get above $4,000. If you go back and you watch the video, which I will link in the top right, then you'll see that I was talking about how Bitcoin was probably is not even the right word. I was talking about how I could personally see Bitcoin going to around $3,000 to $3,200 because we have $3,000, a big even, which is also a previous all-time high. I'll show you that real quick. We have that level down there, very healthy level for Bitcoin to go to. As you can see, that used to be an all-time high. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin fell down there. And then we also had the 200 weekly simple moving average down there to garner support on right around $3,200. So I was talking about how I could personally see Bitcoin going that low and how it really wouldn't surprise me if Bitcoin did. But at the moment, it looks like Bitcoin's actually garnering support at $3,600, which is an interesting level because that level kind of comes out of left field. I think I've seen some people giving me explanations for where that level comes from, but from my perspective, it seems like it's just a level that sometimes Bitcoin just gets support on a random level. Sometimes that just happens. And a lot of times when you see that happen and it doesn't get support on a well-established level of support, let me say that again, when Bitcoin comes down or when any market actually comes down and gets support when it's in free fall, for example, like Bitcoin has been recently, and it doesn't get support on a pretty obvious level of support, like the 200 weekly simple moving average, $6,000 previously would have been a good example of this, $4,000 a big even, which we had seen support on before. When you see that happen, a lot of times what that means, at least in my opinion what that means, is that the bears are exhausted and the bulls are starting to take control back because the bears weren't able to push us all the way down to a stronger level of support. They broke through $4,000, but they couldn't push us all the way to $3,000, which indicates to me anyway that the bulls are starting to take back over. I mean, starting to get more and more bullish on the longer term time frames, but we need to extrapolate what that means or interpolate what that means into the actual events that have happened so far today. If Bitcoin has set a bottom down here at $3,600, then are we going to stay above $4,000 right now? Well, that's kind of the million-dollar question right now because Bitcoin is currently above $4,000, interestingly enough, but is it going to hold? I am going to throw that question back to you guys, but I am going to throw my 2 cents on. I think we're probably not going to hold. I don't want to be a pessimist here. I don't want to be the bearish guy here. I think there's a slightly larger chance that we're not going to hold here and we're probably going to fall back below it, although I do think that the majority of the bearish price action that we've seen here over the last couple of weeks, really in the entire month of November, is mostly coming to an end. I don't see Bitcoin going below $3,000 at this point, at this time. I don't see the bears being strong enough to push us below that. I could see them pushing us back down here to $3,600 though, which is why I'm saying I'm not totally convinced $4,000 is going to hold, and I'm not totally convinced that the bulls are back in control, even though we've seen a very healthy, very nice little bullish correction, a little uptrend here over the last couple of days. I'm not totally convinced that the bulls are back in control, but I do think they're getting there, and I do think we might be back over $4,000 in the next couple of months, but I'm not convinced that this is going to be the time that it is going to hold. Tell me in the comment section down below what you think about that analysis. Do you think Bitcoin's going to hold above $4,000? Or do you think that Bitcoin's going to fall back below $4,000 and head down towards $3,600? I'm interested, as always, to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. If you guys are interested in learning how to do Bitcoin and cryptocurrency technical analysis, well, I have some news for you on the front of the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. I've been talking about for a long time about releasing these 5 new videos to the course, and then the day after those videos were going to be released, then the price would be rising to $149. Well, that was supposed to happen today. That has been delayed till tomorrow. I'm still uploading the videos, and you guys understand at this point how bad my internet is, but those videos will be up in the course tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, and after that on Friday, the price will be rising to $149 for the course. So if you want to get into the course before that happens, before that price rise, and you'll also be getting access to those new videos, I do recommend getting into the course in the next 48 hours before the price rises. If you want to wait out and you want to stay in you want to buy the course later on after it goes up to $149 and give me more money, more than happy to let you do that. I just figured I'd give you the courtesy of letting you know that the price is going to be increasing, so you might want to go ahead and get in while you still can. Let's see if there's anything else we want to talk about here. I do want to show you the shorts chart, because one thing I like seeing on the shorts chart, I wanted to throw this in here at the end because this didn't really play into what we were talking about today, but I did want to point this out. One thing I like to see on the shorts chart is that Bitcoin shorts have continued to rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. And you might be wondering, well, Jeb, why is that a good thing? Why is shorts rising a good thing? Well, the reason it's a good thing is because this this increase right here has to turn around somewhere. It has to actually reverse at some point or another. And what we see right here is that Bitcoin shorts are up above 33,000, and the high that we've seen for the year the ceiling really has been sitting up here around 40,000. So I don't really expect shorts to go above 40,000 right now, considering how much bearish price action we've already had. So what that leaves us is a bunch of people with open short positions that are going to have to close those eventually, especially if Bitcoin starts moving up. So basically what we have here is we have a booster for the rocket that's going to be taking off perhaps in the next couple of days, or in fact just some kind of accelerant that'll help Bitcoin start to continue trading sideways or continue to move up as these shorts burn off, and we see that people aren't really able to put a lot more shorts into the market, or at least they're not willing to put more shorts into the market because Bitcoin is already so low. So when you have all these shorts up here, it's actually kind of a good thing because these shorts are going to get liquidated sometime, and when they do, that puts buying pressure on the market, which helps to prop Bitcoin up or helps Bitcoin to accelerate northwards as it tries to go up in the upwardly direction, and they don't have to say, oh crap, like we said so many times yesterday. Anyway, guys, like I said, tell me in the comment section down below what you think of that technical analysis. Do you think Bitcoin's going to hold above $4,000? I think it's probably going to fall below it in the short term, but the only reason I'm saying that is because we've started to get a little bit of a correction on the RSI. The RSI looks like it could go down a little bit more. We're starting to see a MACD cross. Hey, guys, I want to be very clear here. So let me quote myself on this in the future. I think that Bitcoin very well may be back up above $4,000 in the next week, but I could see it falling below it again in the short term here, simply because of what we're looking at on the indicators, the oscillators, and the fact that Bitcoin isn't totally done with its bearish momentum at the moment anyway, I don't think. Like I said, tell me in the comment section down below what you think of that, but that is going to do it for this video, guys. I do want to thank each and every single one of you for watching, as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.